I'm Tom.
I'm Josh.
I'm Lois.
I'm Tegan.
I'm Sid.
I'm Hassan.
We are
Enactus Hull.
We are a team of 48 students from across all different faculties in the university who have come together to combat malnutrition and food poverty in the Hull area. We will discuss our progress, recruitment success, financial situation, and finally our project, Undivided Food Co.
This academic year started with a real push on recruitment. We were down to just 4 members in September 2021. Since then, we have recruited like mad. From losing all but 4 members last summer to being a thriving team of 48. We have really grown. The year started with Freshers Week recruitment events, and since then we have conducted several lecture shout-outs throughout the year. In February, we were invited to get involved in a series of workshops with first-year university students. We got everybody involved with an interactive activity based on the Undivided Food Co. And this raised awareness and support for our project, as well as providing us with loads of fantastic ideas of how to use the current food supplies to best impact our beneficiaries. We achieved an exposure of 180 people and gained a lot of new members from this. Overall, this has been a massive success, if you ask me.
We continue to progress with Undivided Food Co whilst conducting a variety of fundraising activities to financially sustain our society. From GoFundMe campaigns to vintage clothes sales, this year we have successfully raised more than £1,000 of funding for our project. We are actively reinvesting this money into our project and society. We'd like to thank the Hull University Business School with special mention to Fanny Young, who made our fundraising campaigns possible with her unwavering support and kindness. As you can see, this leaves us in a strong financial position and means we can begin a full rollout and expansion of our Undivided Food Co project in the coming weeks.
In terms of our social media presence, we now have a Facebook and Instagram account for Enactus Hull, plus an Instagram and LinkedIn account for Undivided Food Co. All of our social media channels have seen significant growth since we last competed. This is primarily due to improved branding and a more consistent posting of content.
We will now discuss our current project, Undivided Food Co. Over a third of Hull residents in the last 12 months have been hungry, but didn't eat because there wasn't enough money for food. Almost 50% of respondents to a recent survey in Hull stated that they'd been worried about food running out before they had money to buy more. These statistics were published in a report written by a professor at the University of Hull, and they're truly shocking. When we read this and did some more research, we found that 8.4 million people in the UK are experiencing food poverty of some kind. This is almost as many people as the entire population of London. Once we realised how serious this issue was and spoke to some potential beneficiaries, it became apparent that living in food poverty has a bigger effect than just an empty stomach. It can impact children's performance at school, and research has shown that people in poverty are considerably more likely to commit crime than the average individual.
Our solution to this is the Undivided Food Co. Started in 2020, we are aiming to combat food poverty in Hull by delivering nutritious meal hampers to people living in poverty. Each hamper contains the right amount of ingredients to make enough meals for the beneficiary and their household. This means our beneficiaries don't need to worry about weighing out their ingredients, which ultimately reduces food waste. Our food hampers also include a recipe booklet for each meal with cooking instructions, ways to adapt the recipe for fussy eaters, and fun exercises to get the children involved as well.
To make the project possible, we have partnered with a local charity called the Cosmo Community. They help disadvantaged people across Hull to develop skills, self-confidence, and more through coaching and skills classes. They primarily work with individuals who have emigrated here and are held back by language or cultural barriers. They help us by referring families living in food poverty to us so we can step in and make a difference in their lives.
Now let's hear the story of one of our beneficiaries. This is Saeed. He moved to Hull from Afghanistan in 2018 to seek a better life for himself, his wife and his 2 teenagers. Saeed speaks limited English and his children are learning at school, but his wife speaks almost no English. Saeed works as a construction worker, but his wife has been struggling to find work. They turned to the Cosmo community, our project partner, to get some English language help and to improve their employability skills. Through Cosmo, Saeed and his family were identified as living in food poverty and were referred to us, Undivided Food Co.
We have delivered to Saeed and his family a few times now, and he is always grateful to see us. This is just one of the families that we are impacting. Here's a short video to explain exactly how our process works.
What are you doing today, Tom?
Delivering food parcels to those who need them.
Thank you.
Since we last competed, the Undivided Food Co has achieved quite a lot. Firstly, we have raised over £1,000 for the project. We've conducted pilot events that have impacted 32 lives, and the project is now ready for expansion. We have used lecture shoutouts, workshops and social media to greatly improve people's awareness of Enactus and Undivided Food Co. And we have strengthened our relationship with our partner, the Cosmo community.
From an environmental sustainability perspective, we package our food parcels in boxes made from recycled cardboard, and when delivering we try to plan the most efficient route possible to save on vehicle emissions and fuel usage. We also create very little food waste, as the ingredients are weighed out and individually portioned to avoid throwing away leftovers. We do want to try to find more sustainable ways to package individual items, though as we do use plastic containers for some of this at the moment. Beeswax food wraps could be one way of achieving this, so we have reached out to another community organization, Dare to Be, to see if they would consider partnering with us on this.
The financial sustainability of Undivided Food Co is an aspect we are keen to work on in the future. At the moment, we are funded by donations and grants awarded through competitions. In the future, we would like to make Undivided Food Co a self-funded social enterprise. One way we aim to achieve this is by selling our food hampers to the public and donating one hamper to beneficiaries for each hamper we sell. As well as using the profits from this to fund the social side of the project, we are also looking into using Hull University's unique partnership with Team GB to publish a recipe book containing athletes' favourite budget-friendly but nutritious meals.
We have 3 major goals for the future of Undivided Food Co. The first is to expand the project to help more beneficiaries. We have the financial and human resources to do this, so we are aiming to achieve this before the summer. Our second goal is to find more sustainable packaging options, such as reusable containers, and to develop a return system for these. Lastly, we need to become financially self-sufficient to ensure Undivided Food Co runs for a long time and makes a long-term impact on the City of Hull. Overall, I think it's clear that despite the challenges, Enactus Hull has made fantastic progress as a team, and we can't wait to develop our project even further before we showcase this again next year. Thank you.